The ghost. Return to the house.
Carving waves.
क्या कर रही है लाइट इतना जोरदार चला रही है?
Paimon, we're back. Are you feeling any better?
Yep. Paimon's not cold anymore. But she's still a little dizzy.
क्या शैंकी सोई नहीं?
Flying probably isn't a good idea right now. Paimon might lose her balance. But Paimon's sure she'll be fine. It's probably just from getting hit on the head by
इसका
that
नेम
pile
है
of snow
Genshin
when we first
Impact.
arrived in Snezhnaya.
It's an
Her
role
complexion's
play
looking
game.
much better.
RPG game.
Let's keep an eye on her.
Sure. But enough about that. How did everything go on your end? Are you all set? Did you have any trouble?
I'll explain. It's a bit of a long story.
Oh, कितना cute dog है.
Jeez. You guys got pretty busy.
ये क्या लोचा है? Free
Liaison
Fire
officer and the mayor
ऑफ.
were running quite an operation.
इसका नेम है Genshin
riddance
Impact.
to both of them.
Genshin Impact. आप
It's a
सर्च
good
करो
thing
आपको
you
मिल
managed to
जाएगा.
catch them.
आकाश ये बहुत ही सूदिंग गेम है यार.
Station will
सोने से
open
पहले
again
1 घंटे
soon,
खेलने में
right?
मजा आ जाता है.
And everyone has enough crystal now?
It's more like
Yeah.
a movie.
Well, enough. Don't know. The goal of Project Stuja is to gather energy for the Tsaritsa, but no one knows where that energy is
Genshin,
going.
Genshin.
It's never been made public. The thing is,
Genshin.
we were told that the project would only
G
last
से
for
start
6
होता है.
months.
अब Genshin Impact
Time and
करते हैं.
time again, they keep extending it.
Extending it? Does that mean the Tsaritsa's plan isn't going very smoothly?
That's what everyone suspects. In principle, any proposed extension needs to pass by majority vote in the Snezhnograd Veche. But even though opposition has been growing, any detractors end up caving in to political pressure from the rooster, Pulcinella. He's the chair of the Snezhnograd Veche and a key figure in the voting
Free
process.
Fire खेल रहे थे थोड़ी
He
देर
has the-
पहले.
How come the Fatui are picking on ordinary people even here in Snezhnaya?
ये है Genshin
I don't see
Impact.
it like that. Fundamentally, but that doesn't mean they don't care about the plight of the common folk.
It's a RPG game.
The only
RPG
reason
game का
Satomro
मतलब
still
होता है role
receives
play
crystal shipments
games
is
होते हैं
because of a
जिनसे
relief
आपको कोई
proposal
character
put
का role
forward
play
by the
करना
rooster
होता है.
himself. Then there's the Fatui soldiers providing support in every corner of the nation. Even the Northland Bank provided some mora for disaster
जैसे मैं
relief,
इस
and
पे
they're as
ट्रैवलर
conservative
हूँ.
and
मैं
indifferent as they
डिफरेंट
come.
एरिया में ट्रैवल करती हूँ और वहाँ की
It's
प्रॉब्लम
just that
सॉल्व
the
करती
rich
हूँ.
and powerful in
अपनी
their
प्रॉब्लम
fancy
सॉल्व नहीं होती
palaces.
दूसरों की.
Yeah, well, even though we all believe in Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, there are still many differences of opinion on how best to tackle the big issues of the day. Regular folk don't have an easy way of getting their voices heard in Snezhnograd, while the rich and powerful are either unwilling or afraid to speak out for all sorts of complicated reasons.
खेल रहे थे
Locale
थोड़ी देर
provides
पहले
the
तो.
disaffected with
2
false
घंटे मैंने
identities
स्ट्रीम करा
and an
Free
outlet
Fire
to
का
vent their
ही.
frustrations. Of
अभी
course, an
just
organization like
11:30
that
बजे ऑफ
exists in a
आई.
gray area. The moment the Veche think they've crossed a line, there's sure to be a crackdown. But so far,
ऐसा क्या?
they've been doing their best to help the
मिल
common
गया ना
folk.
शैंकी.
Like
ये
us,
काफी
don't
बड़ी
you
गेम
mean?
है. ऐसे डाउनलोड
You
करने से
didn't
पहले
hesitate
देख
to
लेना
join in.
स्टोरेज हो या नहीं.
You're not new to this.
आई थिंक ये
I can
ऑलमोस्ट
tell.
40 GB की
Yes, 'cause
होगी
we're
मोबाइल में तो.
adventurers. It's our job to help people out with commissions and get to the bottom of things.
40 या
Sounds like we're going
50
to get
GB की
along.
हो गई होगी.
So, what's your business in Snezhnograd? Aside from taking your friend to see a doctor, of course.
I want to meet the Tsaritsa.
मुझे मैं
It's
सरिता से
complicated.
हाँ
I've had run-ins with many of the harbingers along the
Tsaritsa
way,
से
and
मिलना
I
है.
really
बहुत
need to
सुंदर
know
है
what the
यार.
Tsaritsa is up to.
कभी
Her
ये लोग
ultimate
लाएंगे उसको.
goal, what the Gnosis mean in all of this. Since I've made
स्टार्टिंग
it
में
this
ज्यादा
far
नहीं
in my
दिखाएगा
journey,
आपको. एक दो
I
चार
have to
जीबी
find
दिखाएगा
the
डाउन,
truth,
उसके बाद भाई
whatever it takes.
अंदर में फिर
Wait, so
बोलेगा बहुत
no
ज्यादा
way.
जीबी।
Are you who I think you are?
Sounds like you've heard of us then. We're getting more famous by the day.
I didn't realize I was in the company of giants. Honestly, we're all as curious as you are about what the Tsaritsa's planning, and why it has to involve us freezing to death in the snow. But getting in the same room as her won't be easy. The common folk aren't permitted to meet her at the best of times. And right now, she's probably not even in Snezhnegrad. Yeah, so you've heard of it. A wild, unpredictable monster with the power to summon snowstorms.
हाय
It also absorbs everything around
रॉक,
it into its body, so it's
ये
growing
एनिमे
constantly.
नहीं है, ये गेम
Now
है।
it's so
गेंशिन
big that the
इम्पैक्ट, इट्स एन
Tsaritsa has
आरपीजी
deemed it the
गेम।
#1 threat.
गेंशिन
Luckily, as it
इम्पैक्ट
grew, it became increasingly less mobile, so it doesn't pose an immediate threat to this
आरजीबी
town
नहीं,
or to
आरपीजी,
Snezhnegrad. I'm
आरपीजी
sure that Tsaritsa and her personal guard, the
रोल प्ले
Druzhna,
गेम है ये।
won't have any trouble
इसमें मैं
defeating the creature
ट्रैवलर
between
का
them.
रोल प्ले कर रही
It's
हूँ,
just a
जो
question of
डिफरेंट
how long
डिफरेंट
it'll take.
एरियाज पे जाते हैं और वहाँ पे
Suffice to
जो
say,
भी
you won't
रहता
be
है
seeing her
एलिमिनेट
any
उसको करना
fair.
रहता है,
Well, the
वो
Fatui
करते
will be
हैं।
taking over
और कुछ
management of
साइड
the train
क्वेस्ट भी
station
होते
for the
हैं,
time being.
आर्क
Things
क्वेस्ट
should be up
होते
and
हैं।
running by tomorrow.
मतलब
Once
उस
it's
एरिया
open,
के हेड के
we can
साथ
see about
मिलके
getting
उस
your
एरिया के
train towed
प्रॉब्लम
to the
सॉल्व
station.
करना। जैसे अभी हम आए हैं स्नेज़नाया, ये लेटेस्ट मैप है।
That's gotta take a lot of manpower. Are you sure we
पीसी
can
गेम
talk them into it?
The
फोन
Fatui
पे
aren't
के फोन
exactly
पे भी चलता
spotless
है,
in
ऐसा
this whole
कुछ नहीं
mess.
है।
Plus, we helped them out. Should be
साथ
easy
में
enough
खेल
to
सकते हैं
negotiate.
क्या? साथ में आप ना बस ये कर सकते हो,
As far as I
अगर
know,
कोई
all
कैरेक्टर
the
आपने
paperwork is dealt with
खरीदा
upon
है
manufacture.
तो
I've
उसको
never seen
बिल्ड कर
anyone
सकते
check
हो,
it,
आप फाइट
so
कर
I
सकते हो,
wouldn't
आप ये
worry.
रोल प्ले नहीं कर सकते
Having a
साथ
train
में, ये
makes
आपको सोलो
everything
करना
much
पड़ेगा।
easier. We'll reach Snezhnegrad in no time. I need to head there myself anyway. Got
क्वेस्ट
some game
आपको
to trade
अकेले
for
करना
Mora.
पड़ेगा।
I know a good doctor in the city. I'll introduce you when we get there.
फोन पे कैसे चलेगा? फोन पे,
Thanks so
फोन
much.
पे आप डाउनलोड
Now
कर,
let's get a
फोन
good
पे
night's
लिख रहे हो?
sleep ahead of our big trip tomorrow.
वही मैं सोच रही हूँ कि आप फोन पे क्या लिख रहे हो? आर यू कॉमेडी में? जिनको भी डाउनलोड करना हो भाई मैं बता दूँ, ये ऑलमोस्ट 50 GB की गेम है, तो स्टोरेज एकदम मस्त खाली करके ऑन करना, ठीक है? ऐसा मत करना कि वहाँ पे पहले दिखाएगा प्ले स्टोर पे 4 GB 6 GB ऐसे ही बस, बट एक्चुअल में ये अंदर उसके बाद जो मटेरियल बोलेगा ना वो बहुत ज़्यादा रहता है। जैसे मेरे पास ये कैरेक्टर्स है ना, ये है, इसको बिल्ड करना है, इसके वेपन्स को बिल्ड करना है, तो आप टीम के साथ कर सकते हो हरा कर, लेकिन वही आपको स्टोरी करनी हो तो आपको अकेले ही, वो स्टोरी का मज़ा अकेले ही मिलेगा। मैप्स है ना, मैप्स है, बहुत सारे मैप्स।
Drive carefully, all right? You don't want
और
to end up
इसके
in this
ग्राफिक्स तो
situation
आप देख
again.
लो ना।
Also, I
ये तो मैं
don't think I've
मीडियम
seen
में
a
चला
train
रही हूँ तो
like
ऐसा
this
दिख रहा है,
before.
हाई पे तो
Is it a new model
क्या
or
मजा
something?
आता है। बैटरी एकदम 30 मिनट्स में खत्म।
Not a fan of small talk, are you? Anyway, take this. It's an up-to-date map of the
क्वेस्ट
Snezhnaya
ज़्यादा
Realm
लेता है,
network.
क्वेस्ट मैप न्यू
All the
अनलॉक
track
होते हैं,
switching is automated.
क्वेस्ट पूरा उस
So,
पे ही
as long
रहता
as
है,
the train's
3-4।
moving, you don't need to worry about collisions or anything. We'll leave you to examine the train's conditions yourselves. Fingers crossed nothing's broken. I doubt Sir Tomoros has any engineers with experience working on this model.
ले तो रहा
Shouldn't
है।
be a problem. Thanks for everything.
All right then. Have a safe journey. And make sure to check everything's working before you settle.
भाई इधर की स्नेज़नाया की क्वीन कहाँ पे है? इससे मिलना है मुझे। ड्राइव द ट्रेन यूजिंग द आई ऑफ, अच्छा ट्रेन चलानी पड़ेगी यार। रियल लाइफ में तो स्कूटी भी नहीं आती, इधर ट्रेन चलाने को बोल रहे लोग। कैसे चढ़ते हैं? अरे मैं तो गिर गई नीचे। कैसे जाना है ब्रो? आई डोंट नो। चलो ट्रेन पे चढ़ जाते हैं पहले। कैसा ट्रेन चलाया मैंने? प्रेस द आइकन टू सिलेक्ट दिस। हाँ ओके चलो यहाँ जाना है, ट्रेवल टू टारगेट स्टेशन। ट्रेन चलाने के ट्रेन के पहले
Looks like our destination settings have been applied. Let's give this thing a final once-over and then head out. Goggle.
Affirmative. Running vehicle diagnostics.
What's this?
प्ले स्टोर पे फ्री है या उसमें नहीं 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 ये फ्री है। बेस्ट थिंग इज फ्री है।
Engine green. Wheels
नो नीड टू पे एनीथिंग।
frame minor damage, but no impact on function. Diagnostics complete. All systems nominal.
कुछ भी करवाते हैं ये लोग।
Paimon still can't get over
Literally.
the fact that
I've lived in Snezhnaya my whole life, and I've never heard of an interactive talking train autopilot.
Strictly speaking, I wasn't designed purely to drive trains, though I doubt you have any interest in navigating the practically unreadable operator's manual yourself. All configurations are complete. Should you
away we go! Nope. Paimon's gonna find a warmer seat.
हाँ वो तो है। आजकल एनिमे वगैरह बहुत ज्यादा उतने अच्छे नहीं आ रहे हैं, तो कभी कभी ऐसे गेम खेलने का मन करता है तो स्टोरी के लिए। आपको
no.
मैप्स भी एक्सप्लोर करने में मजा आएगा अगर थोड़ा अच्छा लगता है ऐसे नेचर वेचर। इसका एनिमेशन बाकी एक है ना वुदरिंग वेव्स भी है, उन सब से थोड़ा सा इसका ब्राइटर कलर है तो अच्छा लगता है मुझे। वुदरिंग वेव्स थोड़ा सा कलर ब्राइट नहीं है उसका।
Traveler, are you okay? Paimon's still airborne.
पहुंच
Just
गए
our
क्या?
luck. Of all the things that could have gone wrong.
Halosha, you're Snezhnayan, right? Any idea what the heck this place
मैं
is?
पीसी गेम खेलता कौन
It's
सी कौन
called the
सी गेम?
Shadow Realm. A place where no wind blows, no light shines, and no elemental energy flows. Even time itself doesn't exist
आपको
here.
तो अगर आप
It's a world
फर्स्ट
where
टाइम
everything
खेलोगे
seems
ना
to
तो
come to
आपको
a
तो मॉन्स्टर
standstill.
से स्टार्ट करना
I've only
पड़ेगा।
seen it a few times
बहुत
before, and this is my
बहुत
first
कुछ है।
time inside. It's a
बहुत
dangerous
कुछ है अभी
place.
आपके लिए।
Most people who get sucked into the Shadow Realm are never seen again. And the few who do make it back, they're never quite the same.
मैं अभी आपके साथ नहीं खेल पाऊंगी क्योंकि आपका भी जो एडवेंचरर का रैंक होता है ना वो लो है। मेरा अभी नहीं ऐड कर पाओगे आप
Hold it together. Let's not get ahead of
शायद
ourselves.
से।
I heard
पबजी
a
पीसी
story once about the
वैलोरेंट
world of
अच्छा
shadows. If it's true, there's a way to escape.
माइनक्राफ्ट है।
We just need to find
वैलो
the exit.
खेलते हो?
Come on, let's explore.
कैरेक्टर की आईज क्या रियल दिखता है? अरे बहुत कुछ रियल है। Yes, you have to at least make 30 शायद करना पड़ता है, मुझे याद नहीं है एग्जैक्टली, लेकिन शायद से थोड़ा तो दिक्कत होगा क्योंकि दूसरे के वर्ल्ड पे जाने के लिए
shadows have been devoured.
लेवल आपको थोड़ा
They're no
बढ़ाना
longer
पड़ता है।
amongst the living.
छुपना पड़ेगा क्या? डिफीट द ओपोनेंट हु हैव बिकम। अच्छा डिफीट करना है।
I can't
तो
channel
मेरे
elemental
कैरेक्टर्स क्यों
energy
नहीं दे
here,
रहे ये लोग?
but I have a few gadgets that still work.
मेरे कैरेक्टर्स तो यार इसके साथ नहीं खेलना मुझे। देख रहे हो कट सीन्स क्यों नहीं 50 GB की होगी?
Wait, what's that blue thing? Is that goggles?
Guess we'd better find a way over.
इसमें स्पर्ट सिस्टम है, अगर आपको आपके कैरेक्टर्स को बिल्ड करना है, मतलब कुछ चिप टाइप की आती है, आप चिप समझो अभी खेले तो उसके लिए आपको बॉसेस को मारने पड़ेंगे, तो वो बॉस को मारने के लिए आपको 4 प्लेयर्स की जरूरत पड़ती है, तो वो आप बुला सकते हैं। और इसके वेपन्स जो है उसको आर्टिफैक्ट से अपग्रेड कर सकते हो। उस आर्टिफैक्ट को लेने के लिए भी आपको बॉसेस को हराने पड़ेंगे, तो उसके लिए भी टीममेट। बस बाकी एक्सप्लोरेशन आपको मोस्टली आप ऐसे ही नॉर्मली घूम सकते हो दोस्तों के साथ, लेकिन आप ये स्टोरी नहीं कर सकते, स्टोरी अकेले।
Hello. I am glad to see the three of you safe and sound.
For now, at least.
लोला फ्री
But
फायर
things aren't
प्लेयर हो.
looking too good.
I'm a gamer. I
Correct.
can
We are now
game
inside what
anything.
is known as the Shadow Realm, the darkest space
Hello,
in the shell, where even the most high
SHANYWR.
is
Hello,
loath to
welcome to
cast
the
its
stream.
gaze. Time and space hold no meaning here. It intersects with the world of the light realm. Only
अच्छा,
we
ऐसा
must
क्या?
leave this
Pokemon
place
में हूँ.
before it sinks back down into the depths
Genshin
once
Impact
more.
है, Genshin Impact.
Sounds like you have a plan.
It's an RPG game.
In fact, it appears that key data is currently inaccessible. But now is not the time to resolve that problem. I have marked the exit to the Shadow Realm for your convenience. In addition, I have prepared some equipment to
इसमें एक
aid you
डोमेन
as
करके
it
भी
may
है
well be one of my
जिसमें
core
12
functions.
लेवल तक आपको फाइट करना पड़ता है
Scan
बॉसेस को.
complete. Construction in
वो भी
progress.
मस्त है.
Activation code? We once peered into the past from the ruins of the shadows. This is what remains of the Golden City.
मुझे तो इस नेज़ नया है कि लीडर से मिलना है यार. इतनी सुंदर बनाया ना उसको. ड्रेस मिल गया, गन भी मिल गई. क्या बात है. ये परमानेंट दे रहे हैं क्या? दे दो भाई. आई एम बोर्ड विद द ओल्ड स्किन.
Whoa!
Now go. Arm yourselves with weapons of the spirit. Bring down the
मेरी
walls of
एक्स
the
थी
stronghold
वो
and extinguish the flaming arrows of the
जे
wicked.
खेलती थी उसने
Is
मुझे वही
this
सिखाया है
a
बस.
gun?
अच्छा,
In the Shadow
बहुत
Realm,
कुछ
where
सिखा गई
humans
आपको तो.
cannot channel the elements,
कब से खेल रही
there
हो?
once
मैं
was
तो बहुत
one
साल
who,
पहले से खेल रही
after
हूँ.
much
मेरे
research
फोन
and many attempts, let's go.
का डिवाइस का ये ख़त्म हो गया था, स्टोरेज, तो मैंने फिर छोड़ दिया था. फ्री फायर आईडी ठीक है, मैं आपको आपकी चेक करूँगी, लेकिन अभी तो फ्री फायर खेल नहीं रही हूँ. अच्छा हो गया. मैंने मोबा नहीं मोबा नहीं खेलते. मुझे मोबा नहीं पसंद. मोबा आपको क्यों पसंद है यार? ये तो घिसने लगी नीचे अपने आप को.
When you encounter small obstacles, you can simply clamber over them. You can slide to navigate through low, narrow tunnels. Obstruction ahead. You may be able to use the explosives nearby.
अबे मैं ही फूट गई. रोल.
Since elemental energy
थोड़ा
is
दूर से
unavailable
चलना है मुझे.
for long-range
हाँ,
targets,
क्या करना
try
है?
using the scope to line up your shot.
तो टूट नहीं रहा.
Need a refill.
What now? अच्छा, ये बैरल को मारना है. Got it. ये आरपीजी गेम में क्या क्या करवाने लग गए.
Many hostile units approaching. I suggest a new strategy. Take cover and pick them off one by one.
Okay.
We are under heavy fire. I suggest taking cover to avoid enemy attacks, then waiting for a suitable moment to counter it. More enemies detected. Try attacking with the
ये
newly
क्या मुझे
unlocked
बताएगा? मैं ही इसको बताऊंगी.
assault function.
हाँ, मैं सब कर लूंगी.
State number 2. Need a refill. Charge. Nice. Change of tactics.
अरे ये वाला क्यों नहीं पुश हो रहा है यार?
Yikes. State number 2. Charge.
Oh नहीं.
Take great care
Oh,
not to
no.
fall down. Should you
कहाँ चली गई? नहीं, ये तो इसका ये है क्वेस्ट है एक, जिसमें मिस्टर गॉगल्स हमें बता रहे हैं क्या करना है. ये पूरी गेम का ये नहीं है, आप इसको गेम का मत समझना.
Switch mode.
ये इस गेम में थोड़ी आता है. ये तो बस बोलते हैं ना, हर मैप में कुछ ना कुछ पार्ट होता है. तो पहली बार हो रहा है. मार भाई. शूटर गेम है ही नहीं है। अरे चार्ज वाला हट जा। फ्रीज मार्क that hovers in midair, aim and fire at the okay, and you will be able to use the power of the freeze mark to move quickly around the shadow remove. Have to fire
Aim
that.
at the freeze mark and pull the trigger to move using the rope.
I see. हमको तो ये चाहिए, चेस्ट चाहिए, कॉमन चेस्ट। कॉमन नहीं चाहिए, अच्छी वाली चाहिए।
Time to catch my breath.
अरे यार नीचे जा। फ्री फायर प्लेयर आ गए गेंशिन में।
Switch mode.
नाइस। हेडशॉट हेडशॉट।
Mind the rhythm.
अरे मुझे चार्ज वाले नहीं चाहिए ब्रो, चार्ज वाले क्यों दे रहे हैं? ये स्कोपिंग क्यों हो रहा है इससे? लोल। What the fuck? Am I out of ammo? Lol. I don't know what to do.
This is dicey.
एमो खत्म हो गई है, क्या करना है? एमो दे दो। ओहो
Gotta recharge.
गंदा मारेगा। मरना भाई। और बंदे इसको मार के आगे जाऊंगी क्या?
Some supply points can restore a small amount of stamina. Press on. You should be able to use the prime ice construct left here to cover long distances.
पावर लगा के। अरे माय नेम इज नीलू। गेम तो बहुत कूल है यार। आप तो अभी नए प्लेयर हो ना, तो आप तो और बहुत एक्सप्लोर करोगे जोन मैप्स। मैं आपको मैप खोल के दिखाऊंगी इसमें कितने सारे हैं। अब तो ऑलमोस्ट हम मतलब ये पूरे गेम के एंड पे आ चुके हैं। अब ये गेम एंड होगी, अभी नहीं होगी लेकिन ऑलमोस्ट सब कुछ धीरे धीरे।
So, we just removed this hook, right?
हुक निकालना है, इससे क्या करना है? रिमूव द ग्रैपल। हाउ am I going to do this? Bro, how? हैं? हथौड़ा मारना है क्या? ओह हथौड़ा मारना था। ये हथौड़ा तो मारा नहीं मैंने। क्या करना है? चलो इसको हटाओ, हमको ऊपर जाना है। एमो ले लेते हैं।
Time to catch my breath.
बहन का भाई क्या है? हाँ? बहन का भाई कहाँ है? अरे कल ये है ना 15 अगस्त, तो बेबो रेस्ट ले रही है। क्या हुआ मुझे? मैं अटक गई क्या? इधर जाना है अब। ब्रो मुझे उतार दो।
Nice.
Let's go, let's go. Be quick. अच्छा इसमें शूट करना पड़ेगा ना मुझे।
Switch mode. Light him up.
नहीं जा सकते क्या? कंटिन्यू ऑनवर्ड्स ऐसे जाएंगे? I don't think so, ऐसे ही जाना।
Sprint at the prime ice launcher to reach high places with ease.
फ्री फायर प्लेयर आ गया। चलो। ये डीजे कौन बजा रहा है पीछे से?
Usable munitions detected. Frag.
फ्रैग क्रिस्टल। When thrown, creates a special electro field that deals AoE electro damage. ठीक है, बस throw करना है ना? फेंको 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 फेंको। ये ले, ये ले।
Demolition time.
एक ही फेंकना था क्या? हो गया लगता है। कितने फेंक दिए मैंने एक बार में? लग गया क्या था? फ्री फायर प्लेयर 1v6
Reload.
नहीं हो रहा। ग्रेनेड मारो।
Demolition time. I'm on my last legs now.
मैं जा सकती हूँ ना, या मर जाऊंगी मैं? नहीं, बच गई। हील चाहिए मुझे।
Shift your center of gravity and slide down.
अरे घिस जाएगी यार, इतना मत नीचे जा। इतना कैसे कोई स्लाइड कर सकता है? अरे 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 अरे, बच गई। अब व्हाट नाउ? कंटिन्यू ऑनवर्ड्स। हाउ?
How much longer is this gonna take?
The exit is right ahead. We are very close now.
अच्छा आ रहा है।
However,
It's like they're trying to keep us trapped here. That platform and the carriages are swarming
मुझे भी नहीं
with
पता।
undead fatui. Guess we gotta storm through.
हील मिल गया यार।
Back in business.
एमो 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 लेना जरूरी है। गिफ्ट्स दो यार, गिफ्ट्स दो। प्रीमोस
Nice.
नाइस। क्या करना है? सेमी ऑटोमेटिक ग्रेनेड है। लॉन्चर दैट लॉब्स ग्रेनेड फॉर डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स टाइप। ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है।
you may find switching to assault mode makes your attacks more effective.
Try this.
ओह, इधर भी है बंदा।
Demolition time. Frag out. Switch mode.
और है क्या?
Resuming search.
Change of tactics.
बहुत भयानक। 1v50 हो रहा है। चलो, नहीं नहीं ये नहीं। बिग बॉस आ गया क्या? हाँ।
State number 2. Switch mode. Need a refill.
ना रिफिल करने में टाइम लगाएगी।
Come on! We're almost there! Huh? Why is everything shaking so much?
Looks like the Shadow Realm is about to sink back down into the depths.
The exit is right here.
You mean this weird bubble thing? Wait, how exactly do we...
No time to think. We just gotta go for it. Looks like I was right.
कहाँ पे आ गए हम? अच्छा
I can't believe
वापस.
the Shadow Realm manifested right on the railroad tracks. It's almost unheard of. Lucky we made it out. All thanks to...
Ah, so you have heard of the Golden City before?
Yeah, it came up a whole bunch in Nokrai. You're a pretty neat surprise in that sense, aren't you, Goggles?
Okay, enjoy the
Yeah,
RPG
no
game.
idea
हम
they
चले
left
सोने.
cool
Good night,
gadgets like you
Akash. Sweet
behind.
dreams. Sayonara.
Make no mistake, it was a team effort. For a first-time firearm user, your performance was, as Alosha said, it is highly unusual for the
Oh, let's hope not. If anything else goes wrong with this trip, Paimon's gonna have train trauma for life.
The Shadow Realm can appear anywhere, not just on the railroad. I am simply advising that we take sensible precautions. Now, if you wish to further calibrate and upgrade your firearm, you may do so over there, provided you have the necessary components. Please take a moment to catch your breath while I repair the body of the train. Amongst other things, this will ensure Paimon is a little warmer while on board.
Oh, thanks, Goggles. You're a trusty train conductor. Well, maybe trusty isn't quite the right word, considering. Anyway, at least you get the job done.
Yes, of course. And just like the Eye of Grey, I am sure it will be a great asset to you in your future adventures. If not the trustiest, then it will at least get the job done.
Let's get some fresh air while the Eye of Grey fixes the train.
Yeah, sure. Paimon wants to forget all about the Shadow Realm. It was so creepy in there. Stretching her legs might help take her mind off things. It's so quiet here for a train station. Not a person in sight. Just abandoned houses. Huh? So much for repair? You've swapped our train out for a whole new model.
My plan was to restore the train to its original appearance per my records as quickly as possible. Now that the repairs are complete, the train offers optimized performance and a significantly improved trendiness level.
Didn't know trendiness was a parameter.
According to my calculations, parameterization is the most effective way for the Eye of Grey to understand trendiness.
Hyperborea, huh? I'm sure I've heard of that in a story somewhere. What an incredible little gadget you are.
Board the train and head for snail snow. Great. कहाँ पे? इधर ओपन कर लेते हैं.
Need a surfboard?
How am I supposed to board this train? ट्रेन के ऊपर चढ़ के ट्रेन चलानी पड़ती है लॉल. the windows even off? और इज्जत से ओपन करना था डोर को। लोल, ये क्या कर दिया मैंने? कुछ कर दिया क्या? नहीं, यहाँ नहीं आना था मुझे। नो, आई वांट टू गो बैक, वापस। लेट मी गो। I don't want to play shooting. Wow.
You might want to avoid looking down if you're afraid of heights.
No, it's not that. Paimon's just praying that we don't have yet another accident. That mountain is breathtaking. Reminds Paimon of Dragonspine.
They say this mountain's the domain of a Snegovic lord. A lot of the Snegovic retreated there to live in seclusion, so it's a pretty mysterious place. You hear all kinds of stories. Even the residents of the nearby town of Svietlo-Lidovka steer clear of the summit, and they make a living off of harvesting prime ice.
नींद नहीं आ रही थी तो मैंने सोचा फ्री फायर का 2 घंटे लाइव हो ही गया है तो 1 घंटे गेम खेल लूं। मजा आ रहा था स्नेज में आया घूमने में। यू कैन कॉल इफ यू वांट। अरे कहाँ पैलेस डायरेक्ट आ गए ट्रेन से। Leave the train and enter Snape's near Grants. चलो। ओए, ये कैसे उतरने का तरीका था? 30 सरिता यहीं पे मिलेगी क्या? लग तो रहा है मुझे। मुझे वीडियो रिकॉर्ड करना पड़ेगा। लाइव ऑफ हो जाएगा क्या?
Welcome to Snezhnegrad train station, the
लाइव से
biggest
रिकॉर्ड करते हो
transport
ना
hub in
तो
the
वायरल
nation.
नहीं होता।
Wow! It's so majestic! Just flying from one side to the other would probably leave Paimon out of breath!
It's built for maximum efficiency, but yes, transferring trains here can be a little tiring. In the future, you can use this train station to travel anywhere you want in Snezhnaya. For now, though, come with me. Let's get Paimon checked out. This way. There's a lift car that goes straight to Sapoliarny.
Even if I wanted to help, there's nothing I can do. What am I supposed to do?
Look! Look! They have really funny-looking hats! And those ones are about the same height as Paimon! But it looks like they can't fly!
Those would be Volkudlak and Domovoy. You'll also see the winged Vila and the snowborn Snegovic amongst others.
No Snezhnaya used to be the realm of the Fae. Paimon can really see it now.
कहाँ जाना है?
A train delay.
Please enter in an orderly manner. Cooperate with security checks.
मैनरलेस बिहेवियर नहीं करना है, फिर इज्जत से चलते हैं।
To the
वाओ,
left is
हैरी
the
पॉटर
market
वाइब्स
zone.
दे रहा है यार ये
They
तो।
sell everything there. You can often find some nifty little trinkets. To the right, you'll see the Korolievsky
Wow.
Theater in the distance.
What's with the background sound?
Incredible!
Let's finish up and head back. I need a good soak in the hot springs.
New area unlock. तुम्हें पता है गेंशिन खेल रही थी और एक बंदा आके मुझे फ्री फायर की वाईडी कमेंट कर रहा है रिएक्शन देने के लिए। मैं उसको बोला भाई रिएक्शन तो मैं दे दूंगी लेकिन अभी तो फ्री फायर नहीं खेल रही हूँ, रिएक्शन कैसे ही दूंगी।
Wow! Snezhnegrad is stunning! Seeing it with our own eyes makes all the trouble we went through to get here worth it!
I found it pretty stunning when I first came here too. But I soon found out that stunningly beautiful means stunningly expensive. The prices here are crazy. I'm just a small-time hunter, so Zolny is where I spend most of my time. This way will take us to Podvorier restaurant. They offer food and lodging there, so you can get settled in while I fetch the doctor.
Is that gonna be stunningly expensive too?
Yeah, I mean, there are places to stay in Zolny, but I highly doubt they'd meet your standards. Most of the stoves are out of crystal, the windows are drafty, and at night, four-legged roommates come out to play, sharpening their claws on the roof beams and floorboards.
Yep, no way! Not a chance Paimon's staying anywhere like that. Maybe we can split the cost of the room between us? Paimon still has some savings left. Fine then. It's your treat. Paimon will save her money for buying a nice little cake. Don't worry, you'll get some too.
I'm glad to see you've perked up. If you find yourselves in the mood for some sightseeing later, there's a few places around here worth seeing. This way leads to
इसके पास बहुत
Zapoliarny
अच्छा सा
Palace,
cute सा
which
dog
serves
है।
as the Tsaritsa's audience chamber and also her personal quarters. The adjacent block is kind of a city in its own right. That's Glupov, the headquarters of the Fatui.
ये सारी
Inside,
इधर ही
there's
है
a
क्या?
munitions
बचा
factory
जाएगा।
known as the Armory
जल्दी
Palace,
से यार उसको दिखा
producing
दो
a constant
कटसीन।
supply
लास्ट में
of
शायद
all kinds
दिखाता
of
है आई थिंक।
equipment for the Fatui. A lot of important research happens there too.
लेबल
And
होगी तो
over there
मजेदार।
is the Snezhnegrad Vecha, where all the big shots meet regularly to make policy decisions.
बिग
These
शॉट।
places are best admired from a distance. I'm sure I don't need to explain why.
Yeah, they probably have super strict security. We're not looking for trouble right now.
The downtown area is near the center of Zapoliarny. That's where you'll find the restaurants, bookstores, and gift shops. Another place of interest is the Northland Bank, which is over this way. Oh, and I'm sure you'll want to make contact with the Adventurers Guild at some point, right? That's right here.
Ooh, speaking of adventuring, we use alchemy quite a lot. Do you know where we can find a crafting bench?
No one practices alchemy at Snezhnegrad, I'm afraid. Apparently there's some historical reason for it.
Oh,
हाँ पता है
we'll
क्योंकि
just have to use the one
कि
on the train
सारिता का
then.
वेपन भी जो है वो
Yeah, I don't know. Not my area of expertise.
बनाया हुआ नहीं है,
Still,
इधर
I
forge नहीं
wouldn't
हो
say the
पाएगा।
absence of alchemy makes life here any less convenient. Anyway... Finally, there's Zolny in that direction. It's mostly residential buildings and factories, but there's a few shops too. Worth a look around if you're interested. That's about it. You guys go ahead and get checked in while I track down my doctor friend.
Sounds good. Thanks for all the recommendations. It'll be good to get out of the cold.
Podvorye restaurant is right this way.
Go to the restaurant. Talk to Catherine. New quest? नहीं 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 नहीं, हमको अपनी क्वेस्ट करनी है। ये एक बहुत गलत बात है यार, हमको अपनी क्वेस्ट में आगे बढ़ने दो। मुझे कोई कैथरीन से बात नहीं करनी। रेस्टोरेंट, वी आर कमिंग। Nice interior.
Looks like you get what you pay for, huh? Paimon likes this room a lot. Yeah, much better now that we're out of the cold. Oh, thanks for taking such good care of Paimon. Honestly, she feels kind of bad for throwing a wrench in the works. If this were anywhere else, we'd be out investigating and adventuring by now. You're right. No need to push ourselves too hard for no reason. A lot happened on our way into the city. Let's review what we've learned so far and try to figure out what to do next. Obviously, the million more question is, what is this Saritsa planning? Everything else leads back to that. Sure was. And so far, we've learned that in addition to the 7 Gnosis, her plan also requires a ton of energy. But we won't get to see her anytime soon. Alosha said that she went east to fight that big monster. It must be a pretty powerful one, to be honest. What we're really lacking right now is information. The kind of information that only the higher-ups in the government would know. Not word on the street type of info. Paimon can think of a few people who might be able to help us. Right. And when we left Nocry, Centrone specifically left a message reminding us which side we're on. So, it's unlikely they'd tell us anything confidential about the Saritsa's grand plan.
No, but जाओ दूसरी quest में, that's what you are good for it, हैं? कुछ भी।
Yeah, fair point. Besides, that Gloop-off place is right nearby. We've got nothing to lose, so it'll be a waste not to go. There's gotta be someone there willing to talk to us, right? Maybe Arlecchino or Centrone? Or possibly Tartaglia. But it's unlikely we could sweet-talk Arlecchino. Let alone Centrone. She basically told us to stay in her lane already. Yeah, the last time was all the way back in Fontaine, right? Too bad we missed him in Nocry. Apparently...
Hello. Is there a traveler in Paimon in there?
Hello?
It's Alosha! Come in!
यार भूख लग रही है यार।
Hello, I'm Dr. Luneva. Alosha mentioned that one of you is feeling a little under the weather. I see. So you're my patient today, yes? And you're, Faye, I presume?
Good question. Paimon's not too sure either, but she's definitely not the same kind of Fae as the ones we saw at the train station. Is that gonna be an issue?
Not exactly. It's just, I'm used to treating human patients. Fae tend to be far more resilient than even the healthiest and most long-lived of humans. But don't worry, I do have some experience treating Fae. I've even diagnosed plenty of cats and dogs in my time. Safe to say, I have a fairly eclectic range of expertise.
It'll be fine. Paimon's basically the same as a human. Right? We're no different when it comes down to it, are we? That's just because Paimon knows how to eat.
Now, please take a seat.
इसमें हिंट दे दिया है, पाइमोन ही है
Okay,
जो
vital
हेल्प कर
signs
रही
are
है।
good. Test results are all within normal ranges.
ग्रैंडपा
I
ऐसे
don't think it's
बताने के
anything
लिए।
serious.
ग्रैंडपा
More than
बताएंगे
likely,
अभी।
you've just caught a cold. I can
मिस्टर
give you some
ग्रैंडपा।
medicine to tide you over.
Oh, I'm so
But as long as you
hungry.
rest properly for the next couple of days, you should feel better. Make sure to keep an eye on your temperature, though. If you find yourself with persistent low-grade fever, or if your symptoms don't improve, just contact me again.
Sounds like there's no cause for alarm.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're very welcome. Just doing my job. I'll leave you in peace now. Time to visit my next patients.
Take care. You heard the doctor. Best you rest up here for a couple days. No sightseeing for the time being.
All right, then. Guess we've got no choice. Let's just treat it as a short vacation.
I have to get back to it. If you need anything else from the hey, no big deal. You saved my life in the Shadow Realm. This is the least I could do. See you around.
Please don't show me good food.
All right. Time to find Child and see what he can tell me.
Child? Child कहाँ से आ गया इस पे? What? अच्छा स्नेज ना आया यहाँ पे।
Carving waves! Faster!
दूर है क्या?
Let's ride!
Hold on. Please display your invitation letter or permit.
Glupov does not accept meeting requests without a prior appointment. You'll have to apply per the advertised. Might I ask who you're hoping to visit? Another one who thinks the rules don't apply to them. I don't understand why people think they can just talk their way in here. You don't just show up and land a meeting with the Harbinger. But I have to go through the motions for protocol's sake. Honestly, it's such a waste of time asking when I already know what the answer's gonna be. Wait a moment. I'll pass on your message. If Child is unavailable, you'll have to go through the proper procedure. Lord Child is a busy man. He's probably not in Glupov at present. If I were you, I'd cut your losses. No point waiting any longer. Even if you two are old friends as you claim, please understand that the Fatui Harbingers are often busy with their official duties. They tend not to stay in Glupov for extended periods. Next time, stick to the rules. You'll make life easier for both of us, Greetings, Lady Marionette.
Marionette.
I'll take care of our guest here. It's her first time in Snezhnaya, so it's no surprise that she doesn't know the rules yet. I trust no choice words have been exchanged. No misunderstandings I should be aware of.
No, Lady Marionette. No incidents to report. Whew. That was a close call. Good thing I...
Is that right? Good to know. Wait, under the weather? That's hard to imagine. She's always buzzing with energy. I take it she's still adapting to the climate. Happens to a lot of people. It's even colder here than in Nodcry. Has she seen a doctor? I can get you one if you need. All right then. Well, let me know if you run into any other problems. Why else? I was just about to sit down for some much-needed tea time when I heard that an old friend of Tartaglia's had shown up outside. No appointment, nothing. And, as obnoxious as it may be to show up uninvited at Glupov, I couldn't help but take pity on the poor soul who was waiting outside in vain. So I had no choice but to abandon my freshly brewed piping hot tea and come to see this mystery guest for myself. Well, I felt our time working together in Nodcry warranted some courtesy. I couldn't exactly let you freeze to death out here in the wind. Unfortunately, I can't invite you inside either. The rules of Glupov wouldn't allow it, and as a harbinger, I have to lead by example. On the plus side, Snezhnograd actually has some class, unlike Nasha Town. Torchlight Books has a very nice selection of teas and cakes, so we can catch up there. Your treat, of course. Because I already wasted one perfectly good cup of tea today. That's why.
with Central here. Here, here.
Carving waves!
Bring it!
Faster!
अरे चुका नहीं खुलेगी क्या और जाना है ओ लोल अरे घूम यार स्क्रीन
I've ordered for the both of us. No objections, I assume. I'm sure you trust my taste. Okay, let's get down to business. I'm guessing you don't actually have any urgent business with Tartaglia, per se. You just want information, right? Wanna take a guess? Of course you'd say that. You shouldn't underestimate Counselor Tartaglia, you know. That's right. I'm sure you've heard of the Snezhnograd Vecha by now. Well, he's busy preparing some paperwork for their next meeting. They'll be discussing yet another extension to Project Stuzha. It's basically all anyone cares about in the Vecha these days. Yeah, he's more of the shoot first, ask questions later sort, isn't he? It all started with a very detailed letter that Capitano left for the jester, Piero, before leaving for Natlan. In that letter, he detailed the future arrangements for his subordinates. All of his key people were reassigned to Tartaglia. I guess he'd already prepared to leave us for good all the way back then. But Piero didn't reveal the contents of the letter until the events in Natlan had concluded. That was his reaction, too. Why me? With a bewildered look on his face. He'd always assumed Capitano looked down on him. He was a man who kept his thoughts to himself and barely spoke to him the whole time they'd known each other. But he occasionally brought Tartaglia along to my tea parties back in the day. So to the rest of us, it was clear that Capitano had quite a lot of respect for his young comrade. By the rest of us, I mean my tea party regulars. Arlecchino, Rosaline, and... actually, not Columbina. She was probably oblivious to it. Anyway, then the Liues situation happened. Normally, it took a lot to get under Capitano's skin, but that time he was furious. It's not really my place to talk about it, though. You can ask Tartaglia about it sometime. Basically, Tartaglia probably had the wrong idea about Capitano all along, right up until Piero revealed the letter he'd left behind. Capitano believed that despite Tartaglia's immaturity, he showed great potential. Plus, he possessed a kind of purity rarely seen among members of the Fatui. Yeah, it's one of the few things that I'd agree those two have in common. But there's one other reason why Capitano chose Tartaglia to assume command of his troops. He knew that after he was gone, several of the others would swoop in on his army like vultures. With the ones who stood to benefit the most being the rooster Pulcinella and Regrator Pantalone. Once they divided Capitano's troops between them, they'd be more powerful than ever. No one would be able to stop them. So, you can see why Capitano chose to hand that letter to Piero, right? Exactly. Piero also needed to back a harbinger as soon as possible. And, all things considered, Tartaglia was the best choice. Even though Tartaglia has had the support of Northland Bank for a long time, he and Pantalone are ultimately not cut from the same cloth. I'd say Capitano made a good judgment call. Anyone else caught in this situation would probably feel like they'd been hung out to dry. His best course of action will be to distance himself from any shady business, while still maintaining friendly relations with Pantalone, but seeking Pulcinella's support at the same time. What's the point in having a tea party if you don't spill a little tea? Besides, none of this is confidential anyway. Ask any journalist out there. They'll give you all the lurid details. You'll see it firsthand if you ever sit in on a session of the Snezhnograd Vecha. All the factional strife, whether open or unspoken, it plays out for all to see in that one little room. Having a voice in the Vecha is the only way to steer policies in your favor. So, every person in that room represents a particular interest group. Pantalone, for instance, represents the financial sector, and Tartaglia represents the Fatui soldiers. Personally, I have no interest in political jousting, but since I have a number of engineers and researchers under my command, I have to make their voices heard. Then there's Pulcinella, the linchpin of the Vecha. He represents politics itself. Everything involves him, so nothing can bypass him. Any issue that comes up, he knows how to mediate. That's what the Tsaritsa values most about him.
I'm starting to see why everyone is so frustrated with the way things are, but also powerless to change it. A complex web of interests connects all parties involved, and the Tsaritsa sitting at the top adds another layer of complexity. It must be nearly impossible to come up with a perfect solution.
All right, I'm done carrying this conversation. Time for you to answer a question of mine. You must have known that you can get the info you needed from me. So why was Tartaglia the first person you asked to see and not me? I just don't understand, that's all. Anyway, do I really need a reason? Wait. Oh, I think I know what it is. Columbina passed on my message to you before you left, not right? I only meant you should be mindful of which side you're on.
Is that actually why you didn't ask for me? Because you took that to heart? You... fair enough. It's not your fault. I blame all these politicians I've been hanging around with lately. Always beating about the bush when they talk. I guess it must have rubbed off on me. Anyway, just ask for my help next time, okay? Little things like this are no problem.
She's so
Lady Marionette.
annoying. ना बोलती है.
What now? Can't you see I'm on my break? Whatever it is, just leave it on my desk. I'll look at it later.
What is
Sorry to
this
disturb you
behavior?
during your break, ma'am, but I'm afraid it's an emergency.
Isn't it always? I've told you before. Fixing the tracks and transporting ice blocks does not constitute an emergency.
The equipment in Svietlo-Lightovka is in urgent need of maintenance. With how the weather's been recently, we suspect that the cause is a buildup of snow, exceeding the maximum weight limit. The supports on one of the machines broke and fell, awakening a dormant beast and leaving many of the ice miners trapped in a nearby ice cave. Luckily, Odette's team was nearby and launched a rescue operation, but we're still facing a severe manpower shortage for both the rescue and engineering teams.